Hello, my crafty friends. I sure hope you're having a fabulous day. My name is Robyn Pitts. If you're new to my channel or you are a returning subscriber, welcome. And welcome back to another episode of the Halloween Spooktacular 2025 craft series. For today's project, I've created this adorable coffin tag pocket easel. And to go with it, I've also made this fun candy box. Before I review this in further detail, let me show you some of the products that I used. This is the first die by Kscraft. This is the coffin tag pocket, and this has a number of pieces. So you have the outline of the coffin, you have the first pocket, which has this cute little spider web and a layering detail. And on the back, you have another larger pocket with the layering piece. Next, I use these adorable ghost pumpkins, and there are 4 in the set. The next die set that I used, also by Kscraft, is the Tombstone shaker dies. There are 3 different tombstones, so you have 2 here. These are the base layers, and then you have a layer here, or this can also cut out the shaker. You have the words that say RIP, you have a cross, and then this little crow here. And on the back, you've got a 3rd tombstone design and a spider web. Next, we have the candy box die, and you have 2 layering pieces here. And this is the back. And last but not least, I used this Ghost Mini Album die by KLJUYP. This die is so cute and pudgy. So you receive lots of dies here. Several different layers. For my first project, I created this adorable candy box. The paper collection that I used for the candy box as well as the coffin tag pocket easel is by PhotoPlay, and it's called Keeping It Real. I really love these fun colors. This candy box measures 5.5 inches tall, 2.5 inches wide, and it has a depth of 1/2 inch. On the front, I have this adorable little ghost pumpkin, and I have that resting on top of 2 concentric circles. Here on the bottom, I have included this cute little spider web and 3 lollipops, which are from the Keeping It Real ephemera and sticker sheet. And I also added this little banner that says, "Candy, please." Now, on the lollipops, I did use my diamond stickles to give it a little sparkle. Inside the box, I have 2 Hershey candy bars that can fit in there. You could also put Twix bars in there as well. But this is a cute little project and very easy to make. For my second project, I made this coffin tag pocket, and I turned it into an easel card. And at the end of this video, I will show you how to make it. The coffin tag pocket measures 6.5 inches by 4.5 inches wide. In the back, I have this adorable little ghost. Now, this ghost is by KLJUYP. I just think it is so cute. Now, this is a mini album. However, I've turned mine into a card. And I have a cute little girl here. She's got her bow with a little gemstone. I have this cute little glitter spider. I did use my white gel pen for the eyes and the nose. And then these flowers come in the die set, and I just gave her a cute little flower necklace. This sentiment says, "Hey Boo, this is a die by Scrap Diva Designs." But I love the way she turned out, and if you look closely, you can see that the paper is this light gray spider web. Now on the inside of the card, I have this sentiment that says, "Trick or treat." Isn't that cute? In the second pocket, I have this cute little pocket tag. Now, I made this last year. If you saw my Halloween series, this is a die set from Scrap Diva Designs. It's called the Halloween Pocket Tag, and it's got this cute little skeleton with the pumpkins, and I love this little black cat. It says "Trick or Treat." And inside is this little coffin tag with a spider. And I'm going to include a gift tag in this. And this is what the back looks like. Here's a closer look at my coffin tag pocket, and as you can see, I've made this into an easel. This tag has two pockets, and in the back, the taller pocket, you have this jagged edge here on the top. On the bottom pocket, you have this cute little spider web detail. On the left, I have this cute little ghost in the sentiment that says, "Oh, hey, boo." Now, this is ephemera from the Creeping It Real paper collection. On the bottom, I have this cute little ghost pumpkin, and to the right of it is my shaker tombstone. I have a cross, and I added some orange diamond dots there. You can see the little sequence here at the bottom of the tombstone, and then this crow, which comes with the tombstone. Isn't that fun? And on the bottom, for the stopper, I have a sentiment that says, "No tricks, just treats." And then this fun spider web in black glitter paper, and then these little spiders. This is what the side looks like. And this is the back. And this folds down just like so. Now that I've given you an overview, I'm going to grab my materials so that we can make this together. I've gathered the materials to make our coffin easel. First, we're going to take this die and we're going to cut it out 6 times. You're going to cut it out 3 times in heavyweight cardstock, and then you're going to cut it out 3 times in designer cardstock. Next, we're going to take the front pocket die that has the spider web. This is also the layering piece here. And I've already cut this out. I've added in the decorative panel on the front. And to get the spider webs in this orange color, all I did was run the die through on the top just below the spider web. And when you do that, you'll get a little border, and you can make that as large or as small as you want. And then you just glue it on to the base of the spider webs. Then you want to take the largest pocket die, which is in the back, and this also has the decorative panel, and I've already cut this out. Next, you want to cut a piece of cardstock that measures 1/2 inch wide by 2 7/8, and you want to score that down the middle. Then you want to fold and burnish it, just like so. And you're just going to miter both sides. This is going to serve as the hinge for our easel pocket. So you should have a piece that looks just like this. Then you want to grab 2 of your base cards, and we are going to attach this hinge right at the top of the pocket, and it should fit perfectly. Okay, so let's do that now. You want to add it right to the edge. Friends, I have experienced technical difficulties. My phone battery died during the recording. Please accept my apologies. However, I will walk you through step by step during the parts that were not recorded. After you glue the tab or the hinge to the coffin base, grab the second coffin and glue the top of that to the other side of the hinge. When you do that, you will now create a top folding card. Now take the top part of the card and fold it down in half towards the bottom of the card. Once folded, the bottom of the top card should be flushed with the top of the bottom half of the card. You want to score that well. Then you should have a piece that looks like this. Then you want to take your third coffin piece, and you're going to glue the bottom right to the bottom here. So let's start adding in some of the decorative layers. So for this, I'm going to have this decorative piece, and then I'm going to add this piece here in the bottom. So that will be the base of my easel. Okay, so let's go on and add these two pieces now. Now we have the decorative paper on the base of our easel card, and we also have it on the back of our tag pocket. Before we glue this on to the easel component, what you want to do is get your third piece of decorative paper. You want to line it up, and then you want to see where the paper connects with the base, because you don't need this entire piece of decorative paper. So then you can just take a pencil and then draw a line, and then you can cut right on that line there. So go ahead and do that now. So I've cut the decorative piece for the back, and you want to glue it onto the back. Make sure that it lines up perfectly. Now that we have our panel glued on, we can glue this to the top part of our card. Now remember, you're only going to put glue from this score mark here down to the bottom, and then you want to make sure that the bottom aligns properly. So it's just like this. Okay. So let's go ahead and glue that down now. Now that we have the top back half glued on, we need to glue the bottom part. So what you want to do is take your die, turn it upside down, and then take your designer paper and cut. And what you want to do is make sure that the paper has a height of 3 1/4 inches. So I've already gone ahead and done that. And you can see that the bat is on the bottom, but it's upside down, but it will fit perfectly right here. So go ahead and cut this piece out and glue it to the bottom. Now that we have our easel base completed, front and back, we need to add our pockets. So grab the largest pocket, and what you want to do on both sides is fold and burnish. So what you're going to first do is create a mountain fold, then a valley, then a mountain. And so your side piece should look just like this. Okay, you want to go ahead and do that on the opposite side, and then you want to fold this piece down. Now that you have your score lines folded and burnished, what you want to do is flip it over. You want to grab them just like so, and we're going to add a little bit of glue right here. We want to get this one in too. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here. And then we're going to fold up this bottom flat. Okay. You want to just give that a few seconds to hold. Now that you have this tab glued up, we're going to add glue here, here, and here, and we're going to attach it flush to the bottom of the coffin. Okay, and you want to make sure the sides line up. Now we're going to do the same thing with this smaller pocket. So just like you folded the large pocket, you're going to fold the back pocket. You're going to fold up the bottom and glue it in the corners, and then you're going to add it on to the front of the back pocket. We have our pockets on. Now all we need to do is add a stopper, and I have taken this piece from the sticker sheet of the paper collection. I just added some foam on the back, and you can figure out where you want your pocket to come out. I'm going to center this piece right here in the middle. Also, there is a bat die in the set. Let me show you that. This piece right here, and what this does is it creates an overlay for the top part of the tag. So you just want to cut 2 of those out and glue one on the front and then one on the back. I've already glued the one on the back. Here's another look at my coffin tag pocket easels. As you can see, this was really easy to put together. Hopefully I've inspired you with new and creative ideas. If you like this video and the tutorial, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment because you know I love hearing from you, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please be sure to come back to my channel to see the next fun Halloween Spooktacular project that I create. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now, and happy crafting.